Live from Rate Field on the south side of Chicago. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Los Angeles Angels going up against the Chicago White Sox. John Sciambi alongside Chris Singleton. Well, Singy, as we come into this one, it's all about the sweep.
Yeah, and anytime there's a chance for the brooms to come out, the pressure is definitely on. We'll see if they can find a way to salvage at least one in this series.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Pitching in our game today, Shane Smith. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
Well, no doubt about it. He's going to have to put together some consistently good performances in order to bring that ERA down. Now, he's got good stuff. He's just got to be able to have confidence, trust it, and really go after hitters, not nibble. Trust that his stuff can have late life and miss barrels of bats.
Nolan Shanuel, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. And that misses. Ball two.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it. So that's a good take by him. Well, he came right at him right there. Challenged him with the 2-0 fastball. Not sure exactly what he was looking for, but got to imagine that's a confidence booster on the mound. You're in that hitter's head a little bit.
On a line and a base hit right there. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Really good swing right there. You got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Here's Trout. And a curve misses outside. This one gets away as he can't handle it behind the plate. Runner holds tight as the count moves to 2-2. 2-2 on the way. Cut out and miss. Struck him out. One down. All right, let's take a look at the Angels lineup. One guy swinging a hot bat recently, Joe Adele.
Really an essential part of this lineup. Top 5 in slugging in the American League right now. He's putting up some pretty big power numbers, and when you can get that kind of production out of a player like this, tell you what, it's only going to make the team better as a whole.
One out man at first. Here is Moncada. There's a strike. South side of Chicago, just getting started here. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. In the dirt. The 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Fights it off. He'll see another.
A healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
strike three, and that's two in a row.
It's a strikeout, but they'll be in good shape if they make their outs as difficult as that one. Those grinding ABs take a toll on a pitcher as the game goes on.
Now batting Joe Adell. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. Oh, yeah. Here comes the 0-1. Strike two. Ball. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. That K is his third of the game. Now it's the White Sox turn. It's a scoreless ball game. This is White Sox baseball on the show, Chicago.
Not at all, so I gotta take a high and a no talent. Haven't had a day, gone tomorrow type dude. Been doing this overpaying my.
We go to the bottom of the first. And getting the start for the Angels, Alek Manoah. Singing, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah?
I definitely say so. You know, some guys shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them. But this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some hostile environment. So when you have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your chances away from your home ballpark.
Shanoel takes it himself. One pitch and one out. Time to check out the lineup for the White Sox. Now, with their ace on the mound today, they're just looking to provide him a little bit of run support, and they'll see what they can do for him.
Boog, with an ace on the bump, it's crucial not to become complacent. This lineup still has a job to do if they're going to come away with a win.
Now, here is Kyle Teal.
Hey! That's the ball. Ball.
And he grounds one to the right side. And the home first moving along quickly today. Two gone.
Batting third, designated hitter, Andrew Benintendi.
Benintendi up here.
That's in. Ball.
Back to the mound. He's got it. Gets it to first. And Benintendi is out. And that is that. Scoreless after one.
When you say it, better say it with your chest. I told y'all, believe me. Yes, your reign is over. We got next. If you say you are the best.
Here on the south side. So in now for the Angels, Zach Neto.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
That's down. That's the ball.
Boog, one of our favorites. Jerry Hillsdale umpiring behind home plate in this one. Pretty much by the book with his strike zone.
And because he's so by the book, you'll sometimes see pitchers questioning him. They'll make a good pitch on the edge of the zone, want the strike, and not get the call. But most of the time, Jerry gets it right. He's a good one. That one almost got him. And now it's filled up.
Down.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Boog. Electric stuff from the jump. I mean, there's just no messing around right now. It's still very early, but we could see a pretty impressive outing here if the strikeouts keep coming in the way they are. One thing you have to be aware of, though, is a high strikeout rate might impact the pitch count as the innings roll on.
Here's the left fielder, Bryce Teodosio. Swing and a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Batting 7.
Logan O'Hoppe digs in now.
He's been doing a good job knocking in his teammates. More than an RBI per game over his last 10.
That's in there. 0-1. Gets him to chase after that one.
Sometimes being lucky is a swing and miss. If he makes contact with that pitch, probably hits into a double play. Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
Chop to third. Sosa fires to first in time.
Batting 8, the designated hitter.
Jorge Soler up at the plate. Swing and a chopper out to short. Throws to first in time. That's the 3rd out. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. No score.
Up in Vegas, we went from living just nameless to people saying we.
Back at the ballpark where we're on sweep alert, Siggy. We came on the air talking about that, and so far neither team is backing down.
Nobody wants to be on the wrong end of a sweep. For one team, it's about making a statement, and for the other, it's about salvaging respect. First pitch strike right there for him. He's going to have to do that consistently if he's going to give any length to his skipper.
Hayes came up with 4 hits in his last game. The 2-1. And there's a ball.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk. And here's Sosa to the plate. 2 for 8 in the series so far. Swing and a foul straight back. 0-0 here in the bottom of the 2nd.
That's the ball.
Swung on, belted. Carrying well. Out of here. He circles the bases, and the White Sox strike first. It's 2-0.
He really needed that swing. He hasn't been getting a ton of results at the plate lately, so I'm sure that one felt especially good. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
Brooks Baldwin steps to the plate for the White Sox. Here's a guy who's been struggling so far this year. It's only late April, but still hoping he'll turn it around soon. That's a hit. And a man aboard. So up next for Chicago, Miguel Vargas.
Ball, that's high.
Off the catcher and rolls away. Throws to second. Not in time. He's safe. And now a man into scoring position.
We're seeing some shakiness from the defense here in this inning. First an error and now a pass ball. They really need to clean it up and start taking care of the baseball.
That one fouled off. Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame here in the third and final game of the series. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically he likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Stepping in, Luis Angel Acuna. Out towards right center field. Adele should have this one 2 away now.
Batting ninth, left fielder.
Derek Hill steps to the plate for the White Sox. That's in for a strike.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat. Drive in that run. You may not have it.
Now this one gets through. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead.
Picks himself up at RBI, and now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Back to the top of the White Sox lineup. Chase Maidron getting ready to hit. And that one is inside ball 1. Already 3 runs across in the frame. Bottom half of inning number 2. Broken bat, rolling to first. Shanuel. And they put the tag on him. That's the 3rd out, inning over. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. We head on now to the top of the 3rd. It's the White Sox 3 and the Angels nothing. You're watching White Sox baseball on the show, Chicago. New inning getting started. So in now for the Angels, Oswald Peraza.
That's inside ball.
There's the strike up high, and 1-1. Fastball for a strike. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Ball.
Comes a 2-2. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
First baseman.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Back to the top of the Angels lineup. Nolan Shanuel now at the plate. Lined, and that's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Up next for the Angels.
Here's Mike Trout. He's 0 for 1.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
In the dirt. Man at first, 1 away. The 1-1 is fouled off.
That's a ball. Outside.
And they'll do it again. Shanawell at first, one gone. Gets a piece and stays alive. Here's a 2-2. Pulls the string with the changeup, struck him out.
Up next for the Angels, third baseman
Yoan Moncada with a chance to hit. Struck out swinging his first time. This one ripped, but foul to the right.
That's the ball.
No question about this one. It's out of here. A two-run shot, and they cut into the deficit.
Maybe he's starting to break out of this mini slump. That's the type of swing that makes you think good things are coming his way. He got his front foot down. He was strong on his backside, and when his bat went through the zone, there's no question that ball was going to travel out of the ballpark. But that's, if you were putting a tape together, positive to watch, that's it right there. Just a perfect swing.
Here's Joe Adele.
Tick-tock.
That one finds the corner. 0-2 now. Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. High fly ball down the left field line. That one back there. That one is foul, and he'll see another.
Oh, good solid contact right there. Just a bit out in front of that fastball. Got to try to stay on that backside just a little bit longer and see if you can do some damage.
2 down, nobody on. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That one carrying. Going. Oh! They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And we're level. It's 3-3. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
Zach Neto will hit next. And first offering is fouled off. 2 gone, base is empty, but 3 runs across here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Next offering is fouled back. And the 0-2. Got him. Make it 7 strikeouts for him. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. We're tied now with 3 apiece. Back at right field as we go to the last of the 3rd. Kyle Teal steps to the plate for the White Sox. Close, but called a ball. Ball 1.
You know, these White Sox doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. They're hitting everything thrown at them. Their contact rate is in the low 90s. It's like they know what's coming, and that's just pretty ridiculous what they're doing right now. Those numbers are well above the major league average.
Ripped on a line to center. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. And he starts the bottom of the 3rd with a double.
Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Andrew Benintendi up to the plate. Grounded out his first time. And that's a little bit high. And that is ball one.
No, that's low. Ball.
In the dirt. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the last half of the third. Next offering in there for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. That's a strike. Got him swinging. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. So now with one away and a man at second. And now it's Austin Hayes. He walked and came around to score his first time up. That one ripped. Can't get there, and that should bring in the run. That gets by him. In comes the run from second. And he'll reach second with one away.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
One out, runner at second. Lenny Sosa steps to the plate for the White Sox. Hayes, the runner at second with one away.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
He swings and hits a fly ball, center field. Base hit. Hayes coming around third. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Comes through with the RBI. When you flare a ball out behind second base, it's really a tough spot for anyone to get to, and you're never trying to do that as a hitter, but when you do, I'll tell you what, you're yelling at it the entire way to get down.
Runner on at first with one gone. Here's the center fielder, Brooks Baldwin. Smoke through the infield. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, one out.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it.
Crazy. And the 1-0.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count. Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
2 on, 1 out. Up the middle. Tags the runner for 1. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. On to inning number 4. It's the White Sox 5 and the Angels 3. This is White Sox baseball on the show, Chicago. Back here on the south side. So in now for the Angels, Bryce Teodosio. Tap foul at the plate.
You know, these Angels doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
Vargas takes it to the bag. That's the first out in the top of the 4th. And up next for Los Angeles, Logan O'Hoppe. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off. Foul ball. Foul ball, still 0-2. Struck him out swinging. Strikeout number 8.
Next for the Angels, the designated hitter, Jorge Soler.
And next for the Angels, Jorge Soler. Grounded out to short in his first trip.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Swings through that one for strike 2. Swings and misses. That's his 9th strikeout so far. Angels go down 1-2-3. Still a 2-run deficit. It's 5-3. Here on the south side, bottom of the 4th. Well, he's been knocked around pretty good so far, but they've got him back out there at least to begin the inning.
Yeah, and you wonder just the strength and perhaps the health of that bullpen for him to go back out there. But he's taking this one for the team. Perhaps he can stabilize things and the offense can score some runs for him.
Ball.
This one in the air. Ohapi settles underneath it. And there's one down.
Up next for the
And here's a
White
look
Sox,
at how he's using his
left
pitches in this
fielder,
one.
Derek Hill.
Derek Hill, the next to hit.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going.
He's mixing his pitches really well, late on that fastball after seeing the changeup. See if he can elevate one. I think if he does, he'll get the swing and miss.
Peraza fires over to first. Already 2 gone here in the home 4th.
First of all, that's just a nice job to even get to that ball, and then even more impressive was the throw. Off balance, had to try to, in the air, get his shoulders turned and make a strong throw. Does show off the strength of the arm. We're usually used to seeing that kind of arm strength from the shortstop.
My draw. Not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge. And that one was indeed a strike. Still one challenge left for them. 2 down, nobody on.
Nope. Ball.
There's a swing and a miss.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
That's outside. Ball 3. Liner snagged at first. Chi Sox held in check here, and it remains 5-3.
I can see it in their conscience, and I know they all watching. I've been ballin' since the YMC. Hey, know the work, yeah, I gotta be.
Now pitching for the
We're
White
back,
Sox,
and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Jordan Hicks.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
Here's the second baseman, Oswald Peraza. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. In for a strike. Good slider. Swings and misses. 0-2. Hicks, 29 years old, and he was a 3rd-round pick back in 2015. That was the sweeper, but it missed.
Well, clearly not too happy with the call there. Thought he caught the top of the zone, and you could pretty much read his lips saying, that's not up.
Here's a 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Back to the top of the order. Now it's the Angels leadoff man, Nolan Shanuel. The Angels down by a pair, and we're at the top of the 5th.
No, that
Catcher
missed. That's
challenge. We'll take another look. Pretty close, but it was a ball. So they're now out of challenges.
That splitty's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand, looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
2-1 now. Hit on the ground to short. Over to first. And the first 2 set down in the top of the 5th.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
And now batting, Mike Trout. On the ground to short, Acuna. Fires over to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. It's the White Sox 5 and the Angels 3.
Now pitching for the
Back
Angels.
now to start the bottom of the 5th and taking over on the mound, number 70.
He's averaging more than 1 hit allowed per inning pitched this season, and that's not where you want to be at all. So we'll see how he does here.
Kyle Teal steps to the plate for the White Sox. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these White Sox putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Got him swinging.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Now it's Andrew Benintendi to hit. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Teodosio under it. Takes it in for the out.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an
Up
excellent
next for the
pace.
White Sox. Right fielder.
Now it's the right fielder, Austin Hayes. He's been a great free agent sign. Swing and a line drive ripped out into right center. That's a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Up next for the White Sox.
Lenny Sosa digs in now. He's already homered here in this one.
That's in. Ball.
That one finds the zone, and the count is even 2-2. This one in the air, center field. Trout under this one. And that ends the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. We're through 5. It's the White Sox 5 and the Angels 3. You're watching White Sox baseball on the show, Chicago. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moments so far. Number 63 on the pitch here. He's pitching on 2 days rest. Here is Yohan Moncada.
Coming off an absolute bomb in his last at bat.
Yohan. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Activity in the pen for the White Sox. Mike Vassell, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. Gilbert warming up as well. Here's the 0-2.
Ball.
And a swing and a miss. One away.
He just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Joe Adell, the next to hit for the Angels. Fought off foul. The Halos trailing by 2, and we're the top half of the 6th. That clips the corner. He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. And it's going to stay a strike. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. Got him swinging for the K. Coming out of the bullpen throwing beatings.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Digging in, Zach Neto. Yeah, that's fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Outside with a breaking ball. Check swing, but he went too far. That is strike 2. That one
Ball,
missed.
that's outside.
Bryce Teodosio on deck for the Angels. Upstairs outside, that's ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is if you are the offensive side of it.
Checks over to first, back safely. Teodosio in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Misses again, 5 in a row. Next offering is fouled back. Neto off of first with 2 away. The kick and the pitch. Runner
Nope,
goes. Ball outside. Throw
Throw,
bounces, and he's in there safely with the stolen base.
Pretty close play on that one. A perfect throw probably gets him. That throw was just a little wide to the third base side of the bag, so he had to reach a little bit to get it. Could have been just enough to make the difference there.
Man at second. In the air, right field. And that's the third out. Angels strand one. They're still down 5-3. Back at right field, bottom of the sixth. Brooks Baldwin steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Baldwin.
Hey!
And a foul ball. Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. You know, when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Vargas in the box again, takes a strike. And that one fouled off. The 0-2. In the air to left center. Teodosio settles underneath it. And there's two down.
Up next for the White Sox, the short
Luis Angel Acuna now at the plate.
Hee-haw!
Swing and a ground ball up the middle into the outfield, base hit. So a two-out knock keeps the inning alive. Derek Hill getting ready to hit. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Well, it really doesn't matter what the situation is. When a guy like this gets on first, you know he's going to steal second at some point during the at-bat. Nice job to get in the scoring position. The defense probably knew it was coming, but they just couldn't do anything to stop it.
Man on second, two down. And a fastball in there for a strike at 91. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. So one hit is all they get. We're through six full. It's the White Sox 5 and the Angels 3. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
When I look into your eyes, I feel like I'm in paradise. And even when the sun rises, you're my number one, my sunshine.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. You always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
That's the ball.
One, two now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
No No, that's down.
Really
Ball.
close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Stays alive. Swings and misses, struck him out. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Ripped, but it curls foul. The Angels down by a pair here in the top half of inning number 7. Line drive, jumps, but it's off his glove. He beats the throw, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Not every base hit is a liner into the gap, just like not every strikeout's a perfect slider down and away. I mean, right there, he just put the ball in play on the ground and gave it his all to get down to first for the knock.
One down. So in now for the Angels, Oswald Peraza, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Late with the swing there. Comes up empty.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way.
Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
Now the White Sox manager is out of the dugout and will make a move to the pen. Number 63 gives way. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching for the White
Sir Anthony
Sox.
Dominguez comes on now.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Next to hit, Nolan Shotwell. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate. Soler, the runner at first with 2 gone. Swing and a miss.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
In the air, left field. And that is that. Nice work from the White Sox pen. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the White Sox 5 and the Angels 3. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
Second baseman, James Mydroff.
And that is in for a strike. It's 0-1. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Teal stands in now and watches strike 1. Breaking ball in there for a strike. And that one almost hit him. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And a good eye
That's the
there.
ball low.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
2 low, ball 4. And he represents the tying run on base after that hard-fought walk.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the
No,
strike zone.
ball.
Benintendi, the next to hit, takes low for a ball. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. The 1-1.
Ball.
Can't reach it. This should score at least 1. 1 run across. Rounds third, heading to the plate. Relay throw home. It's off the mark, and he scores. And they lead by 4.
Nicely done. Brings home 2. As a hitter, there's not a whole lot better of a feeling than a double into the gap. Right off the bat, you know you put a great swing on the baseball.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Austin. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Number 70 is done, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for the
Ryan
Angels.
Zefferjon
Number
takes over on the mound.
Ryan
This is his
Zefferjon.
5th appearance of the year.
Oh, yeah. That's the ball. That's inside.
And a big swing and a miss.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame. Here the bottom of the 7th.
Nope, that's outside. Ball.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Big snap center field. Here comes Benintendi around third. He will score. It's an RBI single, and the lead is up to 5.
Up next for the White Sox.
No me cuquen, lean los números pa' que se eduquen. Yo no hago canciones, hago himnos pa' que no caduquen. En este género yo fui un adulto.
Sosa, the
That's the
next to
ball.
hit, takes ball 1.
Hee-haw.
Here goes the runner. The 1-1 is fouled off. Hayes gets his lead at first with nobody out. Quick move to first. Hayes back easily. One and 2 now.
And
Ball
that's
high.
awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
In the dirt. And a payoff pitch. Good job to fight that one off.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. The kick, the 3-2. On the ground, right side. Neto for 1 to first. Double play. Nicely done.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Brooks Baldwin, the next to hit. That's in there. 0-1. That one fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Back foot slider struck him out. We look ahead to inning number 8. White Sox 8 and the Angels 3. We go to the 8th. So in now for the Angels, Mike Trout. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. The 0-1. Dominguez, a righty that throws with power. 31 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Next offering is fouled back. The 2-2. And that just misses. Some heat there at 98 miles an hour.
Oh, you got to be pretty quick with the bat speed these days. So many guys throwing in the upper 90s, and you see the velocity on that one. Just tough to catch up to. I mean, guys are coming in, and they're going max effort. They're not looking to go a long distance. They want to get as many strikeouts as they possibly can.
Ground ball right side, and foul ball. Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. The White Sox leading by 5, and we're at the top of the 8th.
That's inside. Ball.
Fights it off. He'll see another. This one in the air, center field. Baldwin moving under it, and he makes the catch. 2 away. So now the Angel cleanup hitter, Joe Adell. He's already homered in this game. Breaking ball, and that got him.
Up next for the Angels, shortstop.
So 2 down. Zach Neto, the next to hit for the Angels. A walk and a pair of strikeouts. That one at triple digits.
This guy's usually not one to chase pitches off the plate, but he did there. We'll see if he can tighten up his zone a little bit.
The 0-1.
Here.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that is that. Angels lead 1. Can't chip away at an 8-3 deficit.
Now pitching for the
Back
Angels.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Jordan Romano.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but He's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Vargas, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one.
Nope, ball.
And that's downstairs.
Ball.
And it's 3-2. On the ground, right side, and it goes just foul. In the air, right field. And there's one down.
Up next for the White Sox, the shortstop, Luis Angel Acuna.
Now, Luis Angel Acuna, 1 for 3. Slice to right, and that's just foul. High fly ball down the left field line. Back there. And that one is out of here. A laser to left. Home run number 5 on the season, and they tack one on the board. It's 9-3.
And that shot makes their grip on the lead even tighter. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Derek Hill will hit next. Slider clips the zone.
That's the ball.
1 out, bases empty, and a run in here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. So back to the top of the order. Stepping in, the White Sox leadoff man, Chase Maidra.
Ball.
Swing and a miss, chased it out of the zone.
Well, that two-seamer is heat-seeking for right-handed batters. Just runs in on those hands.
Swing and a ball popped up. That is the inning. But the White Sox get one on a homer. Last chance coming up here for the Angels.
Now pitching for the
We're
White
back.
Sox.
It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Tyler Gilbert.
And one thing on him, he's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
Leading off, Bryce Teodosio.
Bryce Teodosio.
And first offering is fouled off.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
That one fouled off, 2-2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Well, you see him trying to pull that inside pitch right there, and that's not the kind of approach that you want to have. Even if you do get to it, it's going to be very difficult to keep it fair. You're just going to make it a long strike at best. You have to be able to stay within the baseball on the inside of that path to it, and that way, if you're a little quick, the ball gets hit hard somewhere and it's not foul.
Movement for the White Sox in their bullpen. Grant Taylor, the American League saves leader, looks to be warming up. Vassell getting loose as well. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Out number 2.
Good pitch. He just kind of had him out in front on that pitch away and wasn't able to stay close.
So they're down to their final out. Jorge Soler now at the plate. And first offering is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Ripped on a line, and that's got extra bases written all over it. The relay throw, and that's a 2-out double.
Up next for the Angels.
Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Man at second here with 2 away. And next for L.A., Oswald Peraza. Tap foul at the plate. And the 0-1. Ground ball left side.
No,
and
that's a foul
ball. Gilbert is just 1 strike away. Swing and a pop-up. And he's got it. Ball game. And the White Sox make it 6 straight victories.
But with this 6th win in a row, all of a sudden, you start to look around, up and down the lineup, to your left, to your right as a player, and you say, you know what, we're good. We may have had some tough times earlier on, but this is a good team, and you start to expect this kind of play out of yourselves. We'll see if this translates into a longer winning streak than it is right now.